Okay, let's head south on I-5 to the state capital in Salem, where today an economic outlook and revenue forecast made waves among state lawmakers as they gear up for the 2026 short session. And instead of us trying to redo the numbers and explain what they mean, here's Oregon State economist.
The main takeaway, I think, is that the economy has demonstrated some very important resilience this year. After the tariffs were initially announced back in April, a lot of forecasters were anticipating an outright downturn or recession at the national level. And of course, that would translate directly through to the state of Oregon, particularly given the importance of trade and manufacturing in the state. That has not come to pass. And in fact, one of the key takeaways from the forecast this time around was the potential for an economic inflection coming into view. In other words, a reacceleration of the economy.
Now, when it comes to how lawmakers see things, the biggest numbers being thrown around from the report have to do with the deficit in the state's general fund for the current two-year budget cycle. Before today, that deficit was more than $370 million. But with the better than expected numbers, that deficit is down to just $63 million. State Republicans jumped at the chance to make their case that the shrinking deficit means higher taxes or that plans for them are not needed. The Senate leader Bruce Starr writing, a $63.1 million deficit is a drop in the bucket for a state with a $140 billion budget. People are already stretched thin and they need relief, not new burdens. And Governor Tina Kotek choosing a different tone. While this forecast, she says, reflects the resilience of Oregon's overall economy, my focus remains on the people who are struggling right now. We must hold the line against President Trump's attacks on working families through cuts to food assistance and health care. We must continue to lean in on what's working to address the cost of living across the state. Now, as you heard from the state economist earlier, the risk of recession is lessening, but that doesn't necessarily mean things are getting better for everyone.
As we look at the lower income quartiles, we can see that there's a more pronounced deterioration of economic conditions. There's softer wage gains happening in those sectors. At the same time that price pressures are proving to be persistent, while folks fall into different parts of the income spectrum, we kind of all shop at the same grocery stores. We experience the same price pressures. And so an upper income household may be able to tolerate those price pressures and the inflation in their grocery basket. But lower income households do face a struggle at a time where wages are decelerating, but prices are not.